Hi everyone, Natasha here, and around my home today I am on the front porch making some sun tea and heading through town. So I took a little walk this morning and just wanted to share with you some highlights. We have a little orchard down the street and the library. I had to stop there, and of course a few of the other beautiful little homes and shops in our little town. Everyone has their summer colors out, and it was just a lovely morning to walk through town. Got back home to our flowers that are blooming here, our petunias, and then our giant limelight hydrangea, which as you can see is really doing well after my pruning this spring. Hi everyone, Natasha here, and around my home today I am in the kitchen. It is a bright and sunny August day outside, and things are gradually showing signs of autumn coming, which always has me excited. It's my favorite time of year. I don't have allergies like I do in the spring, and it's much more mild as far as temperatures go where I live here in the Midwest. So it is time to start thinking about September. We start school here this coming Monday, and so we're getting things ready for back to school. I needed to set up my Unbound Planner for September, so I wanted to share with you how that's going and what I've done to get it set up. So let's jump in. So to start off with, some of the supplies I have, of course, I always need a ruler and a tweezers. This one works really well for stickers, and I've been using my mild liners in the color yellow, and I'll explain more about that momentarily. So I have the brush tip and the chisel tip, and then of course my friction pens. I use this is actually a 04, not an 07. I have a refill in there that's an 04, but I use that one for some of my menu planning. And then of course I always keep a regular 07 friction pen attached to my Unbound planner. So let me set this aside and I'll just share with you some of the other supplies I used. So I've been having fun making things a little more decorative lately, just keeping it interesting and fun as I continue to plan as normal, but sometimes you just need to change it up. So I've gotten back out some of my sticker books. These are a couple of my favorites that I used this time around. So I have the Homebody in the mini and the full size, and then the Farmhouse collection. So I will link to those below. And as always, if you've followed along with some of my other planning videos, I use the Louise Hay colors and numbers system to help me determine my color scheme for the month, my theme and focus and affirmation for the month, as well as for each day. So I will link my video below where I explain that in more detail, but I'll give you a glimpse of it here in just a few minutes. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of an update. I am still using my Some Lines a Day 5-year memory book that I use for my daughter. So I had a separate one that I used the first 5 years of her life, and it's been fun to get into this new book as she is in her 6th year. So we're using that, and I just jot down a few memories each day, or something fun that she said, or just kind of a to-do list and what we accomplished, just whatever comes to mind. But I'm enjoying having that little keepsake for her, so I'm continuing to do that. And I have a fun little pen that a friend gave me, which has been my special pen to use in that book. And if you saw my update just about a week or so ago, I'll link that below, but I am continuing to do some daily planning in this old Day Designer notebook that I have. So this one was actually from 2016, 2017. I've continued to do it almost every day, and I've discovered I like having this large format for my daily planning. And as I'm looking at all of the back to school things from our school district, I realized I need it because there's just going to be a lot to keep track of. We're on a hybrid schedule, so my daughter will be in school Monday and Tuesday and home the rest of the week doing homeschooling, and I'm not the best at it, so any tools I can use to help me, I am going to keep using, and this has been helping. So I did decide to go ahead and get a new one for this year, for this academic year, since I'm planning on continuing to keep that up, and I think it's going to be really helpful as we just figure life out in this new hybrid schedule and this new mode that we're in. So let me get my Unbound planner back out and we will get set up, and I can share with you how that is going and what I've done to set up for September. Okay, so here is my Unbound Planner, and this is my monthly setup for September. Go ahead and move my little bookmarks out of the way. And I have a yellow theme for this month, and I'm really excited because I feel like this is what we all need, is a little bit of brightness and sunshine going forward. So I just used some stickers. They might be a little too saccharine, but I'm trying to just make things upbeat and positive and at the same time use what I have. So I'm using up some of my stickers. I will go through and add, of course, all our other appointments and recurring things like our trash pickup on Monday and our recycling pickup on Wednesday. And I am continuing to use my monthly overview here. I need to go in pretty soon and start completing the ones for August, but typically I fill out the first couple of them and then the rest I will do as the month wraps up. So that is still working well. And then we have the monthly planning pages. So again, just trying to keep it kind of simple, but still feel fun. Added some stickers. And of course, this goes back to that Louise Hay book, Colors and Numbers. So this is how I determined that for me, the month of September is a 3-month. And the keyword is enjoyment. And the affirmation is, I love life and the joy of living. So that sounds really good. I am excited to get this month started. We have about a week and a half to go yet. Honestly, I'm just excited to get back to school and get back into some kind of routine and a little more of a schedule, however it's going to look. And who knows, it could change in a month, but it just feels good that we're sort of making progress in some way or form. And I am still using all of these the same way. I do a monthly priorities. I've been trying to do it where I fill out my goals and tasks first, and then I choose 3 things to focus on as my priority for the month. These ideas, I still fill them out. Sometimes I refer back to them, sometimes I don't, but that's okay. They're working fine as they are. Then we go into the first week of September, and this is my current layout I've been using, and I have enjoyed it for the last couple of weeks, so I thought I'm going to continue it into September. So I have my priorities here, so I will go through and make my list first and then choose 3 things for the week that I want to focus on. So the weekly goals, I will refer back to my goal planning at the beginning of the year when I was setting up my planner, and use that to decide my goals for the week. And then use that to also help with some of my ongoing projects. So I have bigger projects that go under the bigger tasks list, and then under the things to do list will be my shorter, easier tasks. And then my daily habits, these are really more of my morning routine and some of my self-care items. And I don't check them all off every week. They just continue to stay on there to either remind me or to make it a goal to try and get more boxes checked each week. And I'm still enjoying having my self-care list here because it just reminds me to do some of those things that I enjoy, that make me feel good and help me continue on in good spirits. Even if it's just 1 or 2 things a week, it's still good. So, and then of course my other items are my zone cleaning and my errands list and my contacts list, which would be emails, phone calls, things like that. And then I have the vertical spread, and this is how I've been laying it out, and you can see that in my previous video. And I apologize if the lighting's getting a little funny. The sun is creeping in onto my surface here, so I'm trying to get this finished for you before I lose the right light. So as I have been doing, I've been whiting out those top 3 priority boxes at the top and using this section instead for just keeping track of my repeating things like my Fly Lady daily focus items and my personal number for the day, again from the Louise Hay Colors and Numbers book. And then I will also go through and add the weather on this right hand side. And I felt like I was having trouble seeing the day of the week up here. It's just such a small print, so I decided just to make it a real quick easy thing, I added the first letter across the top to help with that. This is where it has the water tracking, and I don't use that, so I white that out, and instead been using this whole column set up the same as I mentioned earlier. And so I have whatever appointments will go in that top box. Then I do any home tasks like my zone cleaning items and just projects we're working on around the house. Any social media things, so posts to make or video editing, that kind of thing. Any of my Jordan Essentials business, customers to follow up with or orders to place, and so on. Other is just any of my volunteer jobs or any other little projects or things I have going on that I need to get done. And then my personal area, it can be personal growth things like the Bible study I'm working on, my workouts, or just an overflow for any of these other categories. And then, of course, the bottom box I still use for gratitude. And I've been really enjoying this setup. I have my menu plan over on the side. Sometimes I use that don't forget box. Sometimes I get to Saturday and realize I haven't used it. So it's there if I need it, and if not, it's no big deal. And I forgot to mention too, I get these larger icons from this household book here, and then the larger number stickers come out of a different book. Let me go grab that. So the Happy Memory Keeping book is the one that I use for these number stickers to make that number a little bit larger so it's easier for me to see as well. So that has been my current setup for the last couple of weeks, and it's still working out nicely, so I'm continuing to use that. And there you can see that's what a blank one looks like. I haven't started setting up anything beyond that first week, so I usually go through towards the end of the week and start on the next week. But that is my September setup in my Unbound Planner. So hopefully that was helpful to you or gave you some ideas on how to use either your bullet journal, or if you have a similar planner or you are using the Unbound Planner. Let me know in the comments below what you're using to get ready for this back to school time in such an unprecedented year. So I love hearing how you're doing and what's going on in your world. I appreciate you watching, so thank you for joining me. I'm sending you my love and well wishes and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.